Right. So get this. Me and of course, me and a few coworkers. Well, not even a few coworkers. Just me and another coworker. We were inside the office, and we were and we were just having a conversation. And of course, the conversation stemmed from an experience that I had, and that he shared his opinion on. And what was basically being stemmed from the entire ordeal was I went into the office and I was getting ready to go into my meeting, right? And so I opened up the door, and my supervisor, she's like, "Come on back," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'm coming on back." I got some candy in my mouth. I'm having a good day. My day is going fine. One of those days where you feel you've been in the house in the AC all day, and as soon as you step outside, you feel the warmness of the air around you, and you like, you do that real good stretch, crack your back a little bit, and it feels good down the way down to your toes. That type of feel good. And another one of my coworkers who I've never met before, and it just so happens she sprung out on me. She's also, I think she's a new hire, but I'm not sure. And so I go inside, and I'm headed to the back to her office. Of course, I'm walking around the receptionist area because I don't walk through the receptionist area because the lead receptionist, she has an issue with people walking through. She's like, I don't want a whole bunch of people behind me. Walk around. And so I'm walking around, and I open up the door, and of course my coworker, who's a new hire, she comes out and she has some food in her hand, and I'm like, okay, she must be on lunch break. It's a little, it's after 1 o'clock. I don't know if we get off at 3:30. Why are you having your lunch break at 1? And so that's none of my business, by the way. I could care less. You could take the food that's piping hot from the microwave and smash it in your face, and you won't hear me bat an eye about it. And she, I'm letting her walk by. Now, this is the God honest truth. I cannot make this up. I opened the door for her, just being a southern gentleman, just like I am, with no malice intent. I have no like, oh yeah, baby, let me open up this door for you so I can slide in them walls. No, it ain't nothing like that. It's not no, oh, let me get your social media so I can slide in your DMs. It's none of those type of those intentful things. I am married. I'm happily married, and I don't want any more drama. I believe one woman is enough, and two, or one or more is starting to become a problem, and they're very expensive. Not to go off subject, and so I'm opening the door for her. Like, then I know you're like, man, get on with the story. I'm opening the door for her, and she walks through. Mind you, I'm 6'1", so I'm not really tall, but I'm not really short. I'm about average. And she's about 5'11". She's pretty tall. I know she's wearing some boots and stuff, so she's a little bit taller in those boots, and so she's probably shorter without them. She walks by, she said, "Oh, thank you," and I open up the door for her, and she walks by, and immediately she had one of the biggest butts I have seen all day. And I'm like, whoa, it's not like one of those round butts that you can see if you're walking up on her from the front. Like, if we're walking down the sidewalk and I'm walking towards her and she's walking towards me, and I had this pedophilic looking mindset as far as like my mustache, and I'm walking past her and I see her and I'm like, dang, she got a fat butt from the front. It's not one of those fat butts. It's like, oh, it's like an optical illusion type thing. She looks like she's really skinny. She looks like she's really skinny because when I walk through the back, I walked facing towards her because we came out at the same time. So I was walking towards her. And so I couldn't quite tell. And I really wasn't trying to look anyway because I'm trying to get into my meeting because I wasn't late. I was a bit early, but she wanted me to come in. So I was trying to hurry up and get on side so I can do what I need to do and get on out of there. Open the door for her. It takes me like 15 seconds to get in the door behind her because that's how long her butt was. Not long as in from like north to south. I'm talking about long as in from, for some odd reason, it was like from the middle of the compass towards you. And the only way I can explain it, how she was shaped. If you ever seen the character for the zodiac sign, Sagittarius, she looked like a Sagittarius. Not face wise or nothing like that. It was a man up, regular. If you put your hand over the backside of the horses from the chest to the hind legs and tail, if you covered that up, that's what she looked like. But if you remove your hand Her butt resembled the rest of the rest of the Sagittarius. That's how long her butt was. And I was like, oh my gosh, what in the world? Why is she so skinny with a butt that big? There is no way. Hey, look. Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something. If you're listening in and it sounds a bit ignorant, let me offer you a bit of an olive branch to try to smooth things over. There is no way that's healthy. I knew for a fact that that was an implanted butt. That was my first time seeing an implanted butt. Normally we see them on TV and so we think they're like, non-existent. It's just something fake. This is a prop. Somebody's taking some pillows, how little girls used to do. Take little pillows and shove them in their pants or in their chest area. And excuse me. And for some odd reason, they were trying to signify that they had a real big butt or something. And, just looking on TV and I'm seeing it, and I'm like, yeah, that's not really attractive, but whatever. But to each is your own. They do stuff like that in California. Wrong. All right. I'm out here in the countryest of the countries, and I'm walking into the office and I'm seeing this huge, godforsaken, doomsday creating butt. And I'm like, whoa, is that really trending out here? Out here in the middle of nowhere. You're wearing I don't know what it is. Only thing I could do was I stepped back and was like, God damn, without saying it. My facial expression, like my other coworker could see it, and he was like, yo, you all right? I was like, he told me, I know, man. Look at her. She got a fat ass. And I was like, no, bro. I said, no. I said, no, that's ugly. That's nasty looking, man. Look at that thing. I said, and it looked like that in jeans. Imagine what it looks like when she takes her clothes off. Ew. I'm talking about I've already explained that it looks like the backside of the Sagittarius. She has the definition of a donkey butt. And imagine an hourglass, like Coke bottle shape in the front, like you're looking at her straight forward. But as soon as she turns to the side, she looks like a Sagittarius zodiac sign. Straight up. I cannot kid you. And so he was like, yo, you sound like a fag, man. You sound gay, yo. What? You don't like females? I said, okay, look. All right. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to use that reverse psychology so I can go back on my statement and be like, it's okay. No. One, I'm not gay, never have been, never will be, because I don't desire a man's ass. And I don't want somebody's penis up in my ass. Secondly, I'm not really into females like that. Thirdly, I'm married to a female, so I already know what I want, And not just going into her anatomy, I told you we had this conversation, and he was just like, oh man, I want that joint to just slide up and down on my. I'm like, hey man, look. I don't want to hear about what you would do to that in the middle of the night in your drunken stupor. All right, I don't care. This is what I'm trying to explain to him. I said there's a health risk. All right, one, I don't know the scientific procedures and the green lights and the medical risks that they've already did the test trials over, or if you got to take medicine for it. But you're basically taking, whether it's from your body or another type of material, and you're shoving it through a syringe up your butt. Not up your butt like up your anus, but in your butt cheeks, and you're trying to make it bigger. I'm like, man, is that really safe? What happens if you're out ice skating, right, and you're being some dork on some date with your girl with the real fat butt, and it's so big you can see the crack of her butt as it sits out the top of the back of her shirt, and you're messing around and you're trying to get down behind and be all romantic, oh baby, and the only thing you're doing is thinking about busting all kinds of nuts and whatnot inside her sugar walls, and you really can't see exactly what the health risks are. Next thing you know, her legs give away from underneath her. She falls down flat on her butt, and her butt explodes. Boom! I'm talking about, you ever drop a water balloon on the ground and see how the water just splat everywhere, but the balloon pieces all over the place? That's how her butt is going to be. And I know I'm exaggerating a bit, but I never seen it, so I'm not going to conclude that it will never happen. And I'm sitting here looking like, I'm like, bruh, what happens when she turns 50? Her butt is going to begin to sag. There's no, I mean, come on now. Let's be honest. Women, I'm not trying to be, subjective, and I love women to death. But women who have these real big butts at a very young age, if they don't find some way to control their diet and be active until the day they die, I understand that means you gotta walk around with your arthritis, kneecaps, and your prosthetic leg, and your cane that folds and collapses into your lap when you want to sit down. I understand those things are going to happen, but you have to be active, or your body's going to give way. Gravity has a cruel way of treating people. Yeah, you looking, your body's slamming and it's fine, but next thing you know, at 50 and 55, like, oh, I can just get a butt reduction. Technology is going to handle all that. What about the women who really aren't that, you know, that sufficient when it comes down to creating these secondary plans? They're just thinking, oh, I'm just gonna have a fat butt and I'm gonna be 26 forever. No, you're not. All right, you're gonna turn 56 and your butt is gonna start sagging, and you're gonna have to walk around with some bungee straps tied to a handkerchief and to a pole while you're trying to walk around with your butt hanging up, because you're afraid it's gonna drag the ground, and you're gonna start leaving skid marks all over the place. It's just it was so shocking. I was like, man, I really can't deal with that. But at the same time, to each is his own. Like I said before, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I know there's some people who walk around and say, hey, these guys are walking around with these funny looking hairstyles, or these clothes, or these skinny jeans, like he's gonna tuck his penis up in between his legs and create a vagina. No offense to guys who do that, but it's looking at it almost from the point of view of, you do know that in the future that's not going to look good, and just keeping in mind, once your skin has been stretched, yeah, there are other ways to pull your skin tighter, but you got to walk around with this scar that some doctor used to blunt your skin with this dull, rusty scalpel that he's probably been poking people's pores open with and popping pimples. I'm just saying, it looked so weird that I had no choice but to laugh, man. It was bad, man. And when I say it was bad, I mean it was bad. And there was nothing else I could really do about that but just be like, what is that?